Oh, Marvel, how the fall has been so great. In terms of MCU has not been doing so great as of lately. And I just want to talk to you about the future, I feel, of the MCU. It's just that I don't know because the Phase 6 of the MCU is will probably be the best of the multiverse saga, but no, I don't think it's gonna match the Infinity Saga. Let me just break it down for you. In the first three phases, everything was really good. It was like a tight conveyed story. Everything had a purpose there. Besides one like end credit scene, Spider-Man: Homecoming, that just went nowhere, but everything else just was promised on. I want to really talk to you about the multiverse saga. Because realistically, we haven't really seen much of the multiverse. Think about that. It's multiverse saga, but I've barely seen any of the multiverse in these shows. In most of these projects. In Phase 4, the only time there was ever like a multiverse was in Loki, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. In Phase 5, the only notable one I could think of, Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, Fantastic Four is going to take place in a different universe, but Fantastic Four first steps is going to take place in a different universe, but it feels. And Robert Downey Jr. is like Doctor Doom, so I'm pretty sure that's also not a multiverse. But if that's the case, there's only 6 examples of the multiverse in a multiverse saga. Let's talk about the quality of the products we have. Start with the movies. Out of the 7 freaking movies in Phase 4, only only 2 of them, only 2 of them are well known to be good. Shang-Chi: Legend of the Ten Rings and Spider-Man: No Way Home. I mean, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It's just kind of it's good, but it's not really well known good. Like the first Black Panther. So they only released 2 good movies. Well, Black Panther 2 is a good movie, but it's what I'm saying. Besides besides the besides Shang-Chi and Spider-Man: No Way Home, the rest of the movies in like Phase 4 are either a bit kind of forgettable or just downright shit. I mean, I mean, I didn't exactly hate Black Widow, but I hated Taskmaster. I didn't even know it was that Taskmaster. That's how bad it was. And don't even get me started on Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, and the Eternals. They are so bad. And his quality kind of stints the shows too. As out of the 7 shows from Disney Disney Plus, the only ones I only liked really 2 out of the 7. Out of the 14 products in Phase 4, I only liked 4 of them. The rest of the show, and that being Hawkeye and Moon Knight. WandaVision is a cool idea, but honestly, I just didn't care for it. WandaVision is cool. Not what I'm trying to say is it had a cool idea, but it just threw everything out the window. Want to face no consequences. Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was kind of boring. Loki was an interesting idea, but I feel like it didn't necessarily. It just some parts. It makes me on some parts. Loki just makes me on some parts. Hawkeye and Moon Knight, they're the ones I actually like, so we're gonna ignore that. Miss Marvel and She-Hulk, some of my least favorite MCU products ever. Whatever. Now let's talk about Phase 5. Did a little bit of the movies this time. Out of the 6 movies, 3 of them are good. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Thunderbolts. This Phase 5 was constantly down, up, down, up, down, up. That basically describes it. Because where the 3 movies... Because those three movies succeeded in different ways, the three other movies failed in different ways. While Guardians of the Galaxy 3 succeeded in giving a proper send off to the Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania failed in setting up the main big bad main big bad guy of the saga, where Deadpool and Wolverine succeeded in where Deadpool and Wolverine succeeded in bringing back interest to the X-Men, bringing back interest to the X-Men, bring back interest to X-Men, and in the movie, by bringing back interest to the X-Men movies, and just being a good movie in general. The Marvels, which just failed in being a good movie at all. That's it. Where Thunderbolts succeeded in creating a team-up movie after a long time, like a hero team-up movie after a long time, Captain America: Brave New World failed in setting up the new Captain America. And the shows didn't, and honestly, out of like the 4 shows, and even only one of them is really good. Deadpool, Daredevil Reborn. Secret Invasion was garbage. Echo, garbage. Echo All Along, mid. Ironheart, I don't have much faith for. And honestly, that goes to the other 2 shows for and honestly, I have no real future hope for other MCU shows. Because we're going to Phase 6. These 4 movies, the Fantastic Four, we got 2 shows called Wonder Man and Vision Quest. So we have, along with Ironheart, the 3 MCU movies are coming out. The first movie of Phase 6 is the Fantastic Four: First Steps. Next is a future Marvel movie, Avengers: Doomsday. Then Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Because it's confirmed right there, Brand New Day. Then another untitled Marvel movie, then Avengers: Secret Wars, and then on Phase 7. For the 4 movies that are announced, there's a reason that they're announced, because they're the best things that Phase 6 has. They're going to be the good movies. The the four that are announced are going to be the only good things. The four movies that are announced are going to be the only good things coming out of Phase 6. That's why they're announced. That's why they announced the fourth Mar the fourth Marvel movie and not in Phase 6 and not the second. Because they know it's not going to be the second and fifth movies of Phase 6 are not going to be good. And talk about it. Talk about this for a second. No, Spider-Man's the only person in the Multiverse Saga to have two movies. He's the only one. The rest only have one. Again, they want to show each Marvel characters after the blip, but come on. In terms of movies, Spider-Man has the most in the Multiverse Saga, basically. And it's only two. I have no faith for Ironheart, Vision Quest, Wonder Man, or the other two unannounced Marvel movies. There's a reason why they announced both Avengers movies, Fantastic Four First Steps, and Spider-Man Brand New Day, and not the second movie compared to the fourth. They announced the fourth movie before the second because they know the second and fifth movie are not going to be good. In terms of future MCU products, these are the only ones you should ever be excited for, besides the second season of Daredevil Reborn. I know it says season 1 here, but it's season 2. Again, in terms of the reason they just announced the shows is because they had to put content in Disney Plus. That's all. Phase 6 probably gonna have the best track record in terms of movies because 4 out of the 6 movies are gonna be good, compared to Phase 3, where 3 out of the 6 movies are good, and Phase 4, where 2 out of the 7 movies are good. Because guess what? They announced these 4 movies for a reason. They announced the 4th one before the second one because they know that nobody wants to watch the second one. They know that that's the second and fifth one are not good. That's the entire reason. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like, hit notification bells to know about future videos. Without further ado, bye-bye!